What is going on, good people of the internet, Rapyardigans and Rapyardigets? And we had a sort of a pop up episode tonight with the one and only Apathy. Let's bring him on. Please welcome Mr. Apathy. How you doing?
Chilling. I'm eating some delicious Thai food.
Hell yeah, I love Thai food.
Starving to death, working in the studio all day.
Oh man, well I appreciate you coming on. And it was
No
kind
doubt.
of last minute.
Yeah, I like it though.
You like it? Okay, cool.
Yep.
So yeah, I was kind of scrambling to get my act together as well, as you can
Mm.
see. What did you get? What kind of Thai food did you get?
I got red curry with chicken. It's beautiful and delicious, but it's all mixed together, so it probably looks crazy. And then I
Oh,
got chicken lemongrass dumplings.
damn, that sounds great.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Banging.
there's no Thai places where I live, so yeah, I miss that.
Where do you live?
Monroe, Louisiana.
Mm.
You know where that is? A lot of people don't.
No. Nope.
That's quite all right. Um, yeah, so you are also a prolific podcaster, I would say.
I try to be. I need to do better though.
I mean, what in what way? I think you're doing pretty good.
I need to post more often. I need to post more smaller content, small
Yeah.
short form,
Oh yeah, yeah,
But
me too. Same.
and then I get analysis paralysis. I could be doing shows all the time, but I overthink everything and
Ah,
then, and then don't end up doing it.
I got
And I need to do shit like this, um, where I have people remotely, because
you.
all
Yeah.
my friends who would be on here, all the OG guys from other places like LA and Texas and everything,
Oh yeah.
they I need to get them on the show, but not everybody is around Connecticut all the time. So oh man, that red curry is cracking. It's clearing me right out. Woo.
Right. Yeah, that's the beautiful thing about, the internet, I guess, is that you can talk to anybody from anywhere. Not really in like a chat roulette way, but I've been able to connect with artists from all over. I had an artist from London on not on this show, but on my previous show once, and that was really cool.
You ever do chat roulette?
That's why I brought it up.
Have you been harassed on there? Because I feel like there's a potential for a lot of creeps.
Yeah, I didn't stay on there long. It's
Mm.
pretty much just like as soon as you log in or whatever, there's like a penis right in your face. So,
That's
it's not
not the
really
place
my
for
thing.
me right away.
That's not really my thing either.
No way.
There's a big difference between unsolicited. Anyway, yeah,
Unsolicited and solicited, right? Especially in
yeah,
a chat roulette platform.
yeah. When you're a kid, you get on there thinking, "Oh, I'm going to meet some friends," and then you meet a friend you don't want to meet. But
Right.
I digress.
Crazy.
Yeah. So, right off the rip, I saw you had an AMA on Reddit, and one of the things you said in your AMA, rather than just say, "Hi, I'm Apathy. I'm an artist. Da, 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 these are what I've done.
Mhm.
Here are my accolades." You mentioned that you're a Mason,
Correct. Freemason.
Freemason. Okay. A lot of people have questions about that because there is so much secrecy about it, and
There
like,
really is. There really is not. That's the internet's imagination, and that's stupid people. There's
oh,
only two things that are secret right off the rip. I'll tell you because it might change the course of our conversation. The two things that are secret are two modes of recognition. It's the passwords and the handshakes. And both of those things are readily available on the internet, but they're supposedly kept a secret because of tradition and because of keeping your word. Like you could go find this bullshit on the internet, but I'm not going to tell you because I said I wouldn't. However, there's a caveat to that, right? The caveat is um I'm a conspiracy theorist far before I'm a Freemason. So I think that even though I'm a Freemason, on a local level, in a positive level, I would never be inducted or allowed into the groups that I think exist that I potentially think would be out there. Like when people ask me, Is there Illuminati? I don't think it's in the typical sense, and I don't think Freemasons, I wanna be real clear about this. My humble opinion, even if I was not a Freemason, I don't think Freemasons have the clout that they used to, that people would be afraid of, like world running, all the huge government leaders. I think those positions don't give a fuck anymore. Like back in the day, it was important, in the late 19th century, early 20th century. I don't think that shit holds any weight anymore. And they don't give a fuck. Like it's not going to get you out of a speeding ticket. It's not going to teach you how to teleport or how to alchemically alter things into gold. It's not going to help you out with winning an election. I don't think that shit matters anymore. There was a time period where it used to, because the most powerful people joined Freemasonry, which was really alluring and mysterious back in those days.
Right.
But even if there are those things, I say fuck that shit. So, and I'm always on the fence about everything anyway, as far as I'm open to receiving new information. And if there's information that proves that there's something I don't align with, then I will course correct and say, well, I got new information and I don't align with this, so I won't be participating.
Well, how long have you been a Freemason?
Since 2012,
Okay,
so
fairly recently. I mean,
14 years.
yeah. I
However,
mean,
since my I don't oh, go ahead, sorry.
no, I was just saying it's fairly recently, but that's still a long time, 14 years, you know?
It is, and I'll tell you what, I since my children were born, I have, like, no time. Like, I haven't been to a lodge or anything Masonic in 3 or 4 years, maybe more.
Hmm.
Yeah, I haven't done anything. I don't even fit in my fucking suits anymore. I've gained a considerable amount of weight, you know?
That's fatherhood that'll do that.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know what's
Right,
going on here over
and
here.
then let me eat some more food while at the at
Hey, you gotta eat to live, right?
right.
But, that's, I think one of the things I saw about that that was interesting was you kinda joined out of curiosity, right?
Well,
Or maybe
I can be honest now, now that I've done everything, now that I've gotten to a place where I won't be dismissed. Um, I was ready to join to A, find out if it was something good, and B, if it was not something good, I was about to expose it. You know what I mean? So,
all about
I think I was
exposure.
33 years old at the time when I
Mm.
joined, and, I was ready to, put them on blast if I found out anything funny.
Did you suspect that there would be something like that?
No, once I started getting to know the guys, and like I said, I'm sure if there is a level that's crazy, it's not something that I would be privy to because I don't have any cool bloodline or anything like that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of people end up becoming part of the Freemasons because of their dads or their grandfathers or whatever.
Not necessarily, but there is that. I mean, people do that because they think it's cool, but
Uh,
there are tons of it's rare. It's very rare when somebody's like, "Oh, my grandson is joining," or I get to
really?
bring in my son and give my son his ring. It's very rare, and it's nice. It's the touching thing because of the generational shit and all that, but
Yeah.
it's pretty fucking rare.
Yeah, I know nothing about it. I thought it was mostly a generational thing.
I
Mostly
think
so
that I think that Freemasonry is similar to Zulu Nation, which I also was a member of,
okay,
in the regards that there was probably a time when that it was at its height
right.
of coolness, and it's not the same as it used to be.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
I
for sure.
feel like I fear that I joined Zulu in the early to mid '90s when it was kinda like at the by the end of the '90s, it was, like, on its way down, right,
Okay,
in coolness, like, people who were repping, people who were participating. Because earlier, you had Jungle Brothers, Tribe Called Quest, Fat
yeah,
Joe. Tons of people were in Zulu Nation, right? Tons of artists.
right.
And after a certain point, after the mid '90s, it kinda cooled off, and that's no disrespect to anybody who was Zulu. It
It
was
was just
cool
kind of
to
the
me.
hot thing at the time. Yeah.
Correct, correct, and there were some really cool people in it who maintained, like, TC Islam, my brother, up here from New Haven, Connecticut, he maintained for a while. He was murdered. Uh,
Oh,
I don't know if it was anything I have no idea. I don't know what the circumstances were.
yeah,
But,
right.
Yeah, but so TC Islam was a great dude. I built with him, loved talking with him, loved hanging out with him. But Zulu Nation just wasn't the same after a while, and it kind of broke my heart. And Freemasonry, when I joined Freemasonry and I saw what it was, there's really good things about it. Like it's huge with philanthropy. You know what I'm saying? Yo, what's that? Some trees, or is that just the old fashioned cowboy
Yeah,
killer?
don't worry about it. It's a source of,
Damn.
shame, but, yeah, it's the cowboy killer. Real quick, I wanted to first of all, rest in peace to your friend, and, also rest in peace to, John Forte, who passed away
Yeah,
a couple days
yeah.
ago. It's crazy.
That was super unexpected. Rest in peace, John Forte. I was a big fan. I had the
Yeah,
Poli Sci album. He was really dope.
yeah. And shout out to Jasper Clark and C-Dub in the comments. Those are friends of mine and friends of the show. Casper
Dope.
Clark, dope artist. Can't remember where remind me again where you're from. I wanna say Virginia, but I feel like I'm always wrong. He'll be on, next month. But, yeah, so Zulu Nation is similar to Freemasons, kinda like in the sense that it's like a fraternity of
No,
sorts?
no.
No.
Uh,
So I don't know anything about Zulu Nation really either. I thought it was mostly a hip hop thing.
yeah, it is.
Oh,
It was
okay.
true. It was about knowledge. It was about knowledge, wisdom, understanding,
Right.
all these positive things, doing community work. Probably about the only thing that was similar to Freemasonry was just maybe doing community work and activism for the community. You know what I'm saying? Helping out people who are destitute.
Right.
So that's
Kinda
pretty much it.
like a Black Panthers type thing?
No.
No?
Um no, it was Zulu Nation was a lot more universal.
Oh,
Like
okay.
prior to all the controversy with Africa Bambaataa, he laid the framework for it to be very universal for all cultures, creeds, religions. It was very universal. It was called the Universal Zulu Nation, and
Okay.
it was a for a time period, when ignorance was bliss, shit was really dope.
When ignorance was bliss.
Yep.
And what do you mean by that?
Before all of the controversy and all the accusations and all the bullshit happened.
Surrounding Africa Bambaataa?
Correct, correct. Also, just before it kinda just started falling off anyway, I think there were a lot of people who weren't participating anymore, or it wasn't the same, which really broke my heart because I thought we had great times. Me and everybody who I was down with had great times in Zulu events and, going to meetings and shit like that, and the Zulu anniversaries and Rocksteady anniversaries, all that.
Okay.
Rocksteady crew was Zulu Nation as well.
Right, okay. Well, that's informative. I mean, whatever, controversy was surrounding Africa Bambaataa and a lot of those guys, do you ever look back at certain situations and think of it not him specifically, but other artists along the way that you've encountered been like, "Yeah, I kinda coulda called that one." You know what I mean?
Yeah, fuck yeah. There's guys who are pieces of shit who underground rappers and fucking scumbags,
A
guys who
lot of
do really crazy shit. Seen a lot of and I was always outspoken about this. But I seen a lot of guys who are fucking sexual creeps, like real inappropriate, especially when you go over to Europe, they think they have free reign to
Oh,
do whatever
yeah.
the fuck they want, and they're pieces of
Yeah.
shit. And I hope the people who know who this is for hear me talking because you're a piece of shit.
Yeah, I agree. Whoever you are. You hear stories and stuff like that, but, it's kinda interesting too with the
Real
whole, like
quick, I'd just like to say in addition to that, I
sure.
can I can pretty much for the current roster of Army of the Pharaohs and the roster of demigods, there was no one on that I know of who fit that bill ever. So the current roster of Army of the Pharaohs and demigods, we are safe from that energy, I believe.
I don't feel like you would rock with anybody that was,
No,
but
I wouldn't
yeah,
align with that.
right, right. Yeah, it's kinda weird though for me, like, the whole quote unquote "Me Too" movement that happened when that was kinda people were kinda coming out of the woodworks or whatnot, and then people were, like, victim blaming, is like, how do you Me Too someone like Uncle Luke or, Too Short, because I was feeling like that was coming up, but that's, like, their thing kinda, sorta, not necessarily always in, like, a non-consensual way, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that if people want to get canceled, I think the most bitch ass shit in history is cancel culture. And I know I just said that I don't fuck with or align with people who do foul shit, but I
Mhm.
think the cancel culture thing is a little bit different
It is.
because if we start to play that game, there's a lot of interesting things I noticed, right? Um, like the derogatory term, which is a derogatory term because it offends people and I'm recognizing it, but saying the F word for gay people, right? And I say it. I've never in my life meant it to an actual gay person ever. I don't have any homophobia in me. I don't care. And but that term, there's people who wanted to cancel. I've been on tours and there was guys who like were freaking out over self-titled that he had that in his lyrics. But it's
Mm,
like if that's the case, then don't listen to Nas, don't listen to Wu-Tang, don't listen
right.
to a Tribe Called Quest. I could go on for fucking ever. Everybody said that word. So
Yeah,
if we start cancel culture over things in the past, um, then we're gonna shut down so many things that we enjoy. We're gonna have nothing left.
yeah. I mean, I'm of the mindset it's like cancel to cancel somebody as if they didn't ever exist or whatever. I can't say that it's all about, like, separating the art from the artist, but to a certain extent, it kinda is because, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I still listen to some R. Kelly here and there.
Me
Do
too.
I Yeah, but I don't pay for the music, I don't pay for his albums and stuff. I just it's kinda like people say with the Confederate statues, it's not like that because you're not, like it's not this grandiose memorialization, it's like they exist. They
Right.
exist, deal with it.
I agree with you
And
110%.
there's different tiers of that, like, the particular F slur that you were talking about, um, I don't know if I should even say this, but I remember I was riding around with my kids who at the time were just it was a few years ago, they were
Excuse me, a hot
teenagers.
pepper just hit the back of my throat. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you're good, you're good.
Woo! Let's
But
go.
I was riding around with my teenagers, and, I was talking about how most of my friends back in the day when I was their age were either, like, gay or drag queens or trans or whatever, and I was like and they called me a F slur hag, and,
Oh, I never heard that one before.
you haven't? They were like, because I said it, and I was like, "What?" That's what they called me, and that's what but, of course, it wasn't a derogatory thing, it was, like, total love, like, I embraced it, I didn't go around saying it all the time, but that's what they called me, so that's what I said, but then I realized, okay, they take that pretty serious, so
I think that the R word and the F word should be reappropriated because I grew up saying those words and it never for a split second. Here's the honest truth. I don't even know that I've ever seen those words used. And by the way, I'm sure 1,000,000,000 people have. But I personally have never even seen those words used for who they're supposedly intended for,
Oh,
right?
I have.
Anytime I'm sorry to hear that. Anytime I've heard the F word, it's positively been directed at a heterosexual male usually.
Positively?
Yeah, absolutely. No, no, like absolutely. Not in a positive manner.
I see what you're saying, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But
like
then if you're
positively did.
I think that the take on that, people find offensive is you're being derogatory towards that person as if to be that is a negative thing.
Yeah, I guess. I think the word was created to be offensive maybe, but then I think it lost traction with that over time because in the '80s we just used it for fucking
Yeah.
everything, I think.
Well, and, I think the groups that the groups that it refers to, it's kinda like it's their call more or less, whether or not if they find it offensive, I say, "Okay." In the context that I was describing how I used it, it was because that was what they were calling me, and it
Right,
never occurred to me before that that would be offensive to somebody, but, the origination of the word is actually it's a bundle of sticks, and
right.
Yeah, but it's a bundle of sticks they used to use to burn people that were like that back in the day.
That's insane.
So that's kinda,
So the way I'm at with those words now,
mm,
is they've definitely slipped here and there, but I try to practice to never say words that offend people in a blanket way. Not that I'm not like scared about it. Like there's people who are like, oh, blah blah blah. I just don't want to make anybody feel like shit. I just you know what
right.
I'm saying? Like as a general rule, I don't want to make somebody feel fucked up. On the other hand, no, and this doesn't have to do with those words. I think that society has gotten so fucking hypersensitive that there's a lot of people, not everybody, but there's a lot of people who get so offended and feel weird about everything that everybody wants their own customized form of living on this planet to the point where the variables could almost be infinite. And that's too tough. And I think that um I don't know if you feel I felt offended and shitty. I'm a guy who got into hip hop when it was pro black rap, and I'm a guy who got into hip hop prior to Eminem, and I've been made to feel shitty many, many a times, and I just kind of kept it pushing. And
You mean about being a white person in a black space kinda thing?
sure, sure,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Was it ever
And
at a point where it made you like, question, like, "Should I even be doing this?" kinda thing?
no, no, because it's all I've ever known. You know what I'm saying? Like, if a young black man is born in Japan and that's what he speaks, that's how he lives. If one day he comes into this world where
Mm,
we're all, practice this supreme tribalism and this fucking sequestering of the groups, what does he say? Oh, fuck it. Well, I'm gonna go learn English and move to wherever then. Or I'm Jamaican, I have Jamaican roots. I'll go move to fucking Jamaica. He doesn't have to do that. He doesn't have to leave Japan.
right,
Um, I'm not I have no other choice to, uh, to be a to be a part of hip hop is me. Hip hop
right.
is every memory I've had since I was very, 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 very little. It is what I am. It's what I'm a part of.
Was your upbringing, like, your parents' guardians, were they in the culture somewhat, or was it more like people that you grew up around?
No, 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 the culture was so new. There was my uncle would break dance. My uncle was a b-boy, and he had hip hop records. And, but, just black culture in general. My neighbors were black, my family, the people who I consider my family who took my parents were so young, and my parents were so they were teenagers when they had me. So when I
Mm,
was really little, they were in their late teens, early 20s, and they were drug addicts, not like out of control, but they were just having a shitty time. They were addicts, they were broke. And at the time, my mom was real selfish when I was young. And I had neighbors who took care of me. And my next door neighbor, she was like a second mother and a babysitter, and she was fantastic and made sure I was fed, make sure I had, I remember like she had 2 daughters who were like my sisters now, and one of them is the only person outside of the family who is allowed to watch my children because she's my sister.
right.
And shout out Tiffany. And so, like, I remember I remember, like, not having the proper coat, and I remember having to wear, like, one of their coats, which is a girl's coat,
Oh,
outside so we could play in the snow. So I'm
yeah,
out in the front yard, and I felt self-conscious, but after a while, you don't give a fuck because you know nobody's watching. But I remember, like, shit but the point is Thelma took care of me, right? And I've always had great reverence and love for Black culture, which I was raised around.
okay.
I was also taught enough character to not be a wannabe or to not be somebody who's trying to posture or, front like I'm something I'm not.
Right, right.
And, over time, uh, I just it was what I've always known. I had no point of reference for division. And, it wasn't until years and years and later of being around everybody else's bullshit that I recognized that, you know?
Yeah. It's, do you feel like that, I guess kinda maybe the stigma or the pushback about being a white person in a black space has kinda, like, ebbed and flowed as far as, like, how many people are you know, saying something to you about it at least
Sure, it
or
was really tough. It was really tough in the '90s, but it's
really.
gotten worse in a weird way now. You know what I'm
Huh,
saying? And I talk to a lot of my close guys who I consider my OGs who are very, very close friends of mine, Pharaoh, Premier, and I'm not just trying to name drop. I'm just trying to paint the idea that my heroes who I grew up loving and who were so important to me, they accept me. And I am in the circle to these guys. So my point is I don't give a fuck what strangers have to
mm,
say or think.
yeah,
It's irrelevant. Like I think that we've become really hyper focused on feedback from the internet.
mhm,
And I don't give a flying fuck what other people think. Because the people who are most important to me love me and accept me. And if
very
I
true.
ever would do some bullshit, they would check me on it. And they would say, but I don't even know what that would look like. But
Yeah,
yeah, I'm not really concerned with those judgments because the most important to me and the most important people to me and people who are very important to the culture love me and support me and hold it down for me. So
right. Yeah, I even, like, before I started doing a podcast period on rap because the way it evolved was kinda I mean, it was pretty organic. Well, as it started as a Facebook group, and so, but people were, like, pushing me to do it kinda sorta, so I always go back to that if I get, "Oh, you're a culture vulture," and I was like, "No, I'm actually not making any money off this," so, but it is what
culture
it is.
culture gets thrown around too much. Dumb shit gets thrown around too much. It's pretty fucking obvious who,
But I get it, that people wanna be protective of something that they hold dear, and, it's easy to, judge a book by its cover or what have you, but, I think it's important for everybody, including, you know, white people or whoever, to just be respectful and do their own research, investigate stuff.
yeah, I
I
think that's everybody though, because the problem is
Yeah,
I'm seeing that problem. Young people who are black, white, Puerto Rican, Asian,
yeah,
Latino. I default to Puerto Rican because that's what I grew up around the most. That's what I'm around. But everybody, not enough young people. Yeah, what you got in that goblet?
this is wine.
What kind of wine is it?
It's,
It's a
a
red.
Pinot Grigio straight out the box.
Nice.
So, anyway, what were you saying?
Um, the younger generations, and I'm not saying that everybody doesn't, because there's a lot of young people who do a good fucking job. The younger generation needs to do the knowledge of what this culture is, where it came from, how it happened, what happened prior to their favorite fucking rappers now. If they love J. Cole and Kendrick, fantastic. That's fucking awesome for you. I love that for you. But go study who fucking go find out who the fucking Troubleneck brothers are, or Yag Fu Front, or Trends of Culture, or Ziggy, or the Rough House Survivors. Go do the fucking knowledge on who came out. Like people are so limited. Go get old source magazines and look through them and figure out who those artists are.
Well,
Understand where flows came from.
yeah. I agree with you. I also think I was thinking, where can a kid find a Source magazine nowadays?
eBay.
Okay, well, and I think part of my MO with the podcast with this podcast is, like, I see so much division in hip hop within the subgenres now because it is so massive now, and I was born in 1980, so I think I'm pretty much the same age as you. Over the
Yeah.
years, I've seen, like,
I
by
love that for us, by the way.
I do too, it was a great year, but, by region, by age group, and you said Kendrick and J. Cole, that's considered, like, old head stuff now, you know what I mean? So, I mean, not to
I
make
know,
you
it's just my default. You know
No, I
what I'm
got you,
saying?
but and I love both of them, but it's like, it's there's so much division, and I see people that are our age that, especially I hate to say it, but, like, from the East Coast, even not from the East Coast, they're just like, only, backpack boom bap rap, like, only Nas, only Wu-Tang, only Jay-Z, and are not open. They hear the stuff that's popular now. That's all they hear is snippets of, like, what's on the radio or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, this is trash, garbage, blah, blah, blah." And then the kids are doing, like, vice versa, but I mean, I try to listen to everything, and it's
Yeah.
opened me up to a lot of cool stuff that I wouldn't have gotten into otherwise, so trying to bridge the gap there, but also shed light on the older artists that the kids might not know about or, and give them their flowers, show some respect, but, hopefully people do their own research because a lot of the artists that you just named or groups, I don't have no idea who they are, to be honest, and I think there's too much gatekeeping in hip hop, honestly.
I don't want to gatekeep anybody. I just want people to respect the culture and try to dive a little bit deeper into it to see it's important to know the history.
It
It's
really
important to
is. Yeah, and
I
I'm not saying you,
don't
but
want to
people
gatekeep.
do that. It's impossible to know everybody. It's impossible to do that much of
Absolutely.
a deep
I
dive
don't
into.
know.
Yeah, because you could be like, "Oh, Alabama rap from the early '90s, like, da 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 da, name people." I'm like,
Right.
I don't have
There's a
time.
ton of people I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. We got Mikey Barslow in the comments. Um, he wanted to see like to see Apathy reciprocate support with those that were in his corner from day one. Sadly, there is a huge lack of reciprocation or support with
Oh, let
artists.
me address that for Mikey because Mikey hits me up all the time and then forgets he asked me the question. So,
Alright.
I think Mikey's issue is that he wants me just to help him out because he keeps saying this when I've given nothing but support to Crew, guys like Emilio Lopez, Motive, Swavsky, hundreds of artists that I actually like. And if there's an artist that I really like, I'll fuck with you. However, if I don't fuck with your music, I'm always polite. Maybe I'll offer constructive criticism, but just because you want me to do it doesn't mean I'm obligated to help you out. I don't have to. And I don't expect people, any human, I don't expect any grown person to be obligated to help me just because I want them to. I help a ton of people, and I kind of resent anyone for saying that because I do help so many other people to my own detriment, if you know what that means. I
Yeah.
help out a lot of people selfishly for no money.
Mm.
So if I don't give you what you want, I'm sorry, but I probably just don't want to work with you. And that's no disrespect. It's just my personal taste. So much love. Wish you all the luck in the world. I hope Jay-Z and Nas do records with you, but I don't have to work with everybody. And that's not me being arrogant. It's me setting boundaries for mental health, not overwhelming myself by working on things that I'm not passionate about or excited about. Do you know what
Yeah.
I did tonight? Tonight I spent 3 hours mixing a record for Swavsky because I love him because he's my brother and he's dope and people don't know him well enough. So I sacrificed 3 hours. By the way, I have 3 days out of the week to work efficiently because I have kids who I have 4 days a week.
Mm.
So that's that, bro. I hope you're okay with that. And if
Yeah.
not, oh well.
You're gonna have to be 'cause, um yeah, well said, well said. I think people need to kinda get in where they fit in and kinda it's a read the room type situation. If you're not fitting in somewhere, then move on to the next kinda thing, you
Right.
know?
Right.
'Cause everybody's especially people that are successful or have any sort of modicum of activity going on, they just don't have time to do all that. I mean,
Well,
imagine how
straight.
many emails and voice messages, whatever, that, like you said, Jay-Z or Nas get every day. They have people that handle that, so you just gotta keep it
The other
pushing
thing
sometimes.
too, here's the thing. I have my
Yeah.
kids,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
I have my own career. I have my podcast, and there's me and my partner. We have a real estate team. We run an entire real estate team and help out our agents. I'm a boss too. I do
Yep.
real estate full time. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I mean, most people that are rappers have other jobs. It's not,
Right.
it's not really always a moneymaker, even if you are successful, believe it or
That's right.
not.
Shout out
Um,
to shout out to guys who have a great hustle like Mike Geronimo. He's got a fantastic hustle. There's a lot of guys who do a lot of awesome stuff.
yeah. The podcast thing too. And I wanna shout out, Open Mike Eagle too, because he just made me a part of his podcast network. So,
That's fire. Big up to Open. I love that guy. I love
yeah,
his pods. Great
yeah,
dude.
for sure.
Love Open Mike Eagle. Big up.
Yeah, I was super excited about I'm proud of that, actually. if I can toot my own horn a little bit, but,
Congratulations to you. I
thank
love that for you.
yeah, thank you. But, let's talk about music. So, you said, obviously you were growing up around it and kind of you were in it, so when did you start rapping actually? Like, in a
Well,
serious way?
okay, good question. Because in a serious way, that that
Mhm, yeah,
matters
I know.
because
Not like
when I
on a
was
lunch
really
table at
little
school, but yeah.
when I was really little, I'd fuck around a lot, you know what I mean? But I got serious about Hyro is responsible for making me very serious about being an MC, Hyro. So it's about 92, 93. When I started hearing the Hieroglyphics albums in 93, whether it was Souls, Dell, Casual, Extra Prolific, I was obsessed. I was like, "This is the smoothest shit I've ever heard. I wanna do this. I wanna put words together like this." So I was
Yeah,
living with my father at the time, and, I just took it really serious. I was reading the dictionary nonstop just to get
well,
doper words to say. You know what I'm saying? I was studying these guys and why they rap the way they do. You know what I mean? I was studying organized confusion and Hyro and all these different supreme lyricists. You know, Rakim. Um, when Nas came out, it really changed my trajectory too with the way he flowed on. Yo, you might as well just own it at this point. You might as well
no,
just
this is me, this is what I do. Yeah. I have to let
it's
my
so
cat inside too because she's like, "Hold on one second, I'm sorry."
go ahead. Go ahead.
Woo, sorry about that. I would normally not do that, but she would not stop meowing, and didn't wanna have that on the audio.
Well, I don't want that cat to be in pain or to be uncomfortable.
She's just annoying. Yeah, she's fine. So, but yeah, you were saying you started, about how old?
13, 14. In 1993, I wrote this verse about chess that later I turned into a song called Checkmate.
Okay,
And it's one of my most popular songs, I think.
really?
And I wrote that when I was 14 years old.
Is that
And
on the internet or
yeah. That's
okay,
yep, that's on all the streaming platforms and on YouTube and Spotify and
okay.
all that shit. It's called Checkmate.
Yeah, I got it pulled up here. Can I play a snippet of it?
Play the whole thing. It's just one verse.
Okay, here we go.
I set my moves up strategically. Enemy kings are taken easily. Knights move four spaces in place of bishops east of me. Communicate with pawns on a telepathic frequency. Smash knights with mics in militant mental fights. It seems to be an everlasting battle on the 64 block geometric metal battlefield. The sword of my rook will shatter your feeble battle shield. I witness a bishop that'll wield his mystic sword to slaughter every player who inhabits my chessboard. Knight to queens 3, I slice through MCs. Seize the rook's towers in the bishop's ministries. Minstrels sing songs and mimic me, but cease to live instantly. Hidden deep within me is a sinister entity. Intentions of tension, tense and ten-tense, where kings rest in beds with queens' breasts exposed for sex to decrease or release tension. Tends to tense men when traitorous defenses fencing king's men. I quickly push the horror up from off of me, trying to understand this battle of psychology. Psychotic, I slice optics of cyclops and wander with warlocks through Indian cornstalks. Chessboard blocks become blood red. Blood clots block brains and lock the thoughts of pawns in shock. I shot crossbows and toss flows across moats to pierce the archer's armor, armed with arrows. Pull points from elbows with joints joined with marrow to maim. The tip of the arrows lit with flame. Checkmate, the death of your king ends the game.
You were
Yep.
13? The y
13 when I wrote that.
Oh, when you not when you recorded it.
No. That was years and years later.
Okay. Yeah, that's dope. That's really prolific from a 13-year-old.
Thank
That's
you.
great.
Thank you very
Yeah,
much. I had quite a few of those.
yeah, and I can hear the influence there that you mentioned too, the, organized confusion and hieroglyphics and all
Hyro,
that.
right,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that's dope. Um, what about Aesop Aesop Rock, excuse me. Is that someone that you have worked with at all?
No, not at all. Our crews had beef back in the day.
Oh, see,
We
I didn't
fought
know that too.
and everything. Well, there's a whole podcast about it
Oh,
on, YouTube,
that hasn't
and
been squashed,
what's that?
or
What's that?
has that been squashed?
It went away for the most part, like, we're all grown ass men now.
Yeah, yeah.
Copyright and I have become friends because Copyright was down with those guys,
Okay,
and, I don't have anything personal against Aesop Rock at all. I just think his
okay,
music it's not for me.
okay. I mean, that's personal preference, yeah. I
Yeah.
just mean, like, lyrics-wise, he's does a lot of gymnastics and stuff like that.
Yeah, but
I
to
I
me, it
apologize
doesn't make
about
sense.
that.
It to me, it doesn't make sense, like, when I look at it, even, I'm able to decipher pretty complex ideas and
Mhm,
poetic license. However, just the putting the words together that just sound, artificial rhinoceros, turbo sauce, popple I just I can't do it. It's not for me. God bless him, though. He's way more successful than I am. He sold a lot more than I have. God bless him. I love that. I'm not hating at all. I'm just saying my personal taste when I drive in a car. I've done this thing in the past few years where I get more and more honest and I don't filter without disrespecting anybody. And people take it as like asshole shit. But I'm just being dead fucking honest.
no, I can
And
see that.
like I said, I'm not hating on Aesop Rock at all. He's he's really, really successful, as far as underground shit goes. It's to me, it's not good. So, and that's my opinion. It shouldn't affect anybody else's shit, and I know it won't.
Right. Well, you're and of course entitled to that, and I regret bringing it up, but
No,
I
no,
had no
it's
idea.
all good.
Like I said, it's impossible to know everything about everybody, but, um, so a lot of people know you for, being in the, uh, gosh, I'm having a mind blank. What is it? Demigods, yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
demigods.
okay. When did that become, when did y'all form that collective?
Demigods was formed before I joined.
Okay.
My brother. Oh, here's a funny thing that'll bring it full circle.
Uh-huh.
My brother, Open Mike.
Yeah.
Not Open Mike Eagle, Open Mike. The reason Open Mike Eagle is Open Mike Eagle is because my brother Open Mike, who's part of Demigods and down with all of us, he I guess he said something to Open Mike on Open Mike Eagle on a chat forum. So I think Open Mike Eagle added the Eagle to his name to avoid bullshit. You know
Huh.
what I mean? Not that it was ever drama or beef. It was just I think he just decided he wanted to be unique, set apart from anybody else who might be another open mic.
Yeah, makes sense.
So open mic in 92, 91 or 92 formed Demigods, and they were older than me. Mike is 4 years older than me.
Mhm.
And I was so around 93 when I was super into the high road shit and I was writing, um, I met Mike, and Mike is a way more brutally honest asshole than I am. And so I called Mike, and Mike's like, "Yeah, who is this?" And I'm like, "Hey, what's up, man? It's Apathy. My boy Voodoo gave me your number, and I want to be down with you guys. I want to do records with you guys." He goes, "Hold on," but handed the phone to another dude. The other dude goes, "Hey, what's up? Who's this?" I said, "It's Apathy. I want to rap for you guys." He goes, "Okay, go ahead." And so I rapped. I did like 2 verses, and then I hear them talking, and Mike gets back on the phone. He goes, "All right, fine." And then and that was it. By the way, open mic. Open mic and I are brothers. We're the closest of friends. I'm the godfather to his kids, and he's one of the best men at my wedding. We're very, very, very close.
Mhm.
Like brothers. We talk. We've been down with each other since '93. But
Yeah.
he's a hilarious asshole. But yeah. So Mike formed the Demigods. I got into it, and then after a while Mike got really busy. Mike found his wife. They started getting more serious, and I kind of carried on the Demigods name, and I kind of carried on the crew. While Mike went and he had to get a little more serious. They got a place together. He started having a serious job. He just didn't have time for it. So
Right.
I took it over. I took over the name, and I started recruiting people, getting people down. The self-titled and I met. and we started really making records and really making traction.
Mhm.
So that's kind of what was the genesis of the Demigods.
I gotcha. Sorry. That's interesting, and I didn't know that it was like you kinda joined on after the fact, but that's cool.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
and they had really, really. I wish I still I would Mike wishes it too. I wish we had the old cassette demos because their shit was so fucking dope. It was like picture Souls of Mischief 93 Till mixed with Cosmic Ultramagnetic MCs, mixed with
oh,
Organized Confusion, mixed with Tribe Called Quest. That was their shit. It was they had this demo called Coming Like a Storm to Your City, and that's yeah, that's it. That's it was just it was so fucking dope.
hmm. Yeah, so those tapes are long gone, I guess, or somewhere out
We've
there
tried.
maybe?
We went on the super exploration tip too, like hitting up people we knew from back in the day to see if they had copies. You know,
Mm,
Mike went through after Mike's both his parents passed away in the house that he grew up in where we did all our demos. Um, he searched the attics, he searched their old vehicles, just gone forever.
dang.
Mm.
Um, and then, about Army of the Pharaohs, and at one point you were already in Demigods when you became part of that, right?
Army of the Pharaohs is more complicated. Army of the Pharaohs, I was down with Jedi Mind Tricks first, right? Not part of the group, but just down with them.
Right.
Um, in like 96, uh, Paz and I started talking and became friends, 96, 97.
Mhm.
And I went down to Philly. We started talking all the time on the phone, spitting verses for each other, playing music for each other over the phone. I was in Connecticut, obviously. He was in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And I went down there. I took a train down there and I did 3 verses on their first LP, the psychosocial chemical electromagnetic oh man, I fuck up the name every time.
Yeah, I can
Very,
imagine.
very long title, manipulation of human consciousness. But so I went down there, I recorded 3 verses for that, and got to be down with JMT. This is when Paz and I were like teenagers still. Maybe Paz had just hit 20. But we started building with each other, and then there was a point in time where we were gonna form a super group, and Paz wanted me in the super group, and we were building about it, and he goes, "Let's call the group the Tibetan Black Magicians," and I was like,
Huh.
"Yeah, let's do it," right? But that's when I met Self-Titled, and Self and I started doing recording and doing our boom bap records and all that shit. And I was doing a radio show at the time, and Paz did a side thing called Army of the Pharaohs with Bahamadia, Virtuoso, Esoteric, and I don't know why I wasn't on that, but I didn't get on that one. I think Cannabis might have been on it too. If I don't know, maybe I'm mixing. What's that?
Chief Kamachi?
Maybe, yeah, maybe it
Heard
was
of
the
that?
first.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was the first time. I don't remember who was on what or if it was just Violent by Design.
Yeah.
But so, Self and I started working. I bet if we had the internet like we had it in the capacity today, I would have stayed on and would have done like Violent by Design and all that. But it was just tough for me to like get all the fucking way out to Philly or even stay in touch about
Yeah.
the shit.
Mhm.
So, after years later, Paz wanted to reform and do Army of the Pharaohs on a larger level. So we just formed this big crew, and that was it.
Alright. Um, it's still a thing, right? I mean,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
is there a new project coming out anytime
Well,
soon?
we started doing shit, but I think everybody just got super busy. The whole bunch of life started lifing, and we started though. We started like last year, a year and a half ago, and I think it just got crazy. I think Paz is always doing projects. Esoteric's doing Czarface. I was doing my apathy shit. I think everybody was just super busy, and it's hard. It's very fucking complicated. And
Yeah.
usually, a majority of the work falls on Paz. Paz is the one, forming the head of the Voltron and putting it all together. So it kind of falls on him. and it just with everybody's workload, I think it got to be crazy. So
Yeah.
I'm sure we're gonna revisit it and get it cracking again, but it's just kind of, you know.
Yeah, it's the logistics of it.
Mhm.
Is Bahamadia still working or
Oh, I don't
um
know if I think she's still working, but she's not part of the
oh,
she wasn't part of the crew since they just did that one
oh,
vinyl,
okay,
but
okay, okay,
Amadea wasn't part of the crew.
okay, okay, my bad. Alright. Yeah, and, of course, RIP Blackistan and
Yep,
all that
absolutely,
that
my
went down.
brother.
Yeah. But, Vinnie Paz is you were talking about conspiracy theories earlier. He's kinda known for that, right? He had that I guess you could say it went viral kinda, can't remember the name of the song, but the video for it definitely got a lot more hits than a lot of his other stuff, where he's talking about, oh, just everything, like
Right,
9/11, the Illuminati, stuff like that.
right,
Yeah, and you were pretty clear in your AMA on Reddit, there's one the Illuminati is not the Freemasons, there's no such thing as the Illuminati in the way a lot of people perceive it, you
right.
know? So, is that something that y'all disagree on?
Um, I think it's more complicated than that. We don't even really care to talk about it. Like, it doesn't really come up like that. I don't think either of us we're not we're like in our 40s, we're not sweating the
Me
Illuminati.
neither.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, so, but I think that the Illuminati was a thing, and we you gotta realize Paz and I, the reason we really bonded back then too is because we were all reading the same shit. Behold the
mhm,
Pale Horse, Holy Tabernacle Scrolls, all these books. Like, that's all we did was read all this fucking crazy shit and
yeah,
participate in all of that. But, I just think that the Illuminati thing, I think that if there's my personal opinion is, if there is a cabal of really high, powerful people, the one thing that they would giggle and laugh and love is that if we were running around saying this name of this group and I picture them in a room somewhere going, these stupid motherfuckers still talking about Illuminati. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? They're the most powerful, horrible, despicable. Like, if we want to get real, like, the villains I see are like the weird people like the Gates and the Clintons and just really, what's his fuck?
president,
Uh, George Soros and, a fucking what's the other guy's name? The fucking dude from the who's the dude with the fucking glasses? Talking about?
no,
Whatever,
Elon
he's
Musk,
got
the president?
he's a European dude. Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
all of the presidents, every
yeah,
fucking president ever. The crazy thing is Trump is like a fucking WWF character. I'm not a Trump
yeah,
fan
for
at
real,
all.
for real, yeah,
He's like a WWF character. But here's the part that pisses me off.
mhm,
They're all the fucking same. They just present differently. They have different characters that they play. They're all the same bullshit. And it's just all of them. Nobody's like, God damn, he is a really righteous, awesome, selfless, fucking great moral president. None of them. Fuck all of them. And they all come from the same bloodline, which is crazy. A 12-year-old girl proved that shit. She went through and said like all the presidents except for like four are related from like this rare king, including Obama, which fucked my head up.
hmm. Well,
So
be that as it may, I saw this video I saw a TikTok earlier that kinda, put everything in perspective for me, at least temporarily, was like, what were they talking about? They were talking about some terrible movie that was made in the '70s that was banned everywhere. It was like an Italian movie. I think it was called Sorro?
Suspiria,
No,
Suspiria.
it was like 4 letters. Maybe I'm wrong,
Mm,
or maybe she was wrong, but, it was, Marquis de Sade talking about that kinda thing.
mm,
Uh, how people get in a position of power, and then it's like, dating the 20 something, bimbo isn't enough. Then it becomes, the underage girl isn't enough. Then it goes on to, even
right.
worse and worse stuff.
Oh yeah.
Satisfy their depravity,
Eyes
basically.
wide shut shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that too, yeah.
But make no
So
mistake about it. The eyes wide shut party the circle of people there
Uh-huh.
is not just Trump, crazy this. It's Trump, Hillary Clinton,
Mhm.
fucking what's her fuck, Kamala Harris. They're all there, by the way. They're all fucking there.
Mm.
And if like the crazy thing to me is people were like, "Oh, but Kamala Harris, Kamala Harris." Talk to anybody in the Bay about what Kamala Harris did, and she is equally as deprived as all of them.
Mm.
Depraved.
Yeah. Okay, we'll let that lie. I mean,
Oh,
I
okay,
can't
so
say that
here's some facts. Here's some facts.
go
Straight
ahead.
up facts. Okay, Kamala Harris blocked evidence that would have prosecuted Catholic priests who raped children.
Yeah, that's
Blocked it for her political gain. Case over, conversation over. I'm done at that point. I'm not like, well, you know, she did this for that. Fuck that.
mm,
Conversation fucking over. If you do that, you are on the list straight to hell with all of the rest of them.
yeah,
All of them.
and I didn't realize how many, people across the board were getting money from APAC on a regular basis. I mean, that kinda blows my mind because, you know, how much money I mean, well, I don't wanna say anything that's gonna get me shut down off YouTube either, and that's hard to do, but, you know,
That is hard to do. That is
we
hard.
give the state of Israel about $6 million a day,
Insane. In fucking insane.
when, we have people, you know, in the States that can't eat. Um,
Here's the problem with rappers and guys like me
mm,
talking about politics. Like you said, we talked about music earlier.
mhm,
You can't know everything.
right,
So there's always going to be a flaw and there's always going to be something for somebody to talk shit about.
right,
My,
absolutely,
what I've done is people have said, when I tried to say fuck Kamala Harris and I said fuck Joe Biden, and by the way, I spent 4 years losing my fucking mind on social media. No one remembers that of me shitting on Trump. Losing my mind to the point where my family was like, yo, you got to chill out. You look fucking crazy.
yeah,
Okay. So it's across the board equal. People
mm,
got the idea because I shitted on Kamala Harris and Joe Biden that I'm a Trump supporter. This
right,
is the problem with people nowadays. There's no nuance. There's either, oh, you're not this. Well, if you're not a blood, you're a crip.
right,
Like it's crazy now. It's fucking crazy now. So my thing is this. Now I can't know everything. I talk about certain shit. I know about the Kamala Harris shit because someone pointed it out to me. Someone showed me all these things. By the way, there's a documentary on YouTube about, and it's very well done. It's about it's from the victims of that molestation by the Catholic priest, and they talked about the issue with Kamala Harris and her people, what they did.
right,
It's a little documentary on YouTube about it. But my point is, I stopped talking about it because I don't know everything. I admit it. Like I don't know all the fucking facts and the details. All I know is what I don't fuck with, what I don't align with, and it's almost everything. So now to keep my peace and keep my mind, I try to take care of my kids. I try to
mm,
do the best I can do, and I stay the fuck out the way. Like I
right,
don't like it's just all shit because it's the other problem too is we're all kind of helpless because we are all given illusion all the time. We don't know what's real anymore. We
yeah,
don't know if a horrible incident that happened somewhere is a staged fake event, or we don't know if it's real. We don't know if a political activist thing that happened is a real thing or it's fake, or if it was even pushed a certain way by government agents. We don't know. And by the way, here's the fucked up thing. People are acting like this is brand new. Like you said earlier, this is the shit Paz and I have been rapping about. But when we rapped it 20 something years ago, people were like, whoa, these are cool, fantastical ideas that are so crazy and interesting and edgy. Then it comes to fruition
mm,
and everybody loses their mind.
yeah, and in a way, I know I wanna respect what you were saying about wanting to stay out of the way, but, you know, hip hop and politics are kinda intertwined in a way, you know? I
Sure.
mean,
But
there's
my problem is too, I'm sorry to keep cutting you off. I
no,
get so
no,
worked
please,
up
go
about
ahead.
it.
No, please.
My problem is, let's say if I say, yeah, okay, here's what I think. I say something, I put it on record, I record it, it's out there. 2 days later, somebody goes, bro, look, that's fake. Boom, boom, boom. And I'm like, I didn't see that.
Yeah,
That's fucking crazy. This is what I'm running into nowadays. Or somebody goes, "No, look at this camera angle," and I change my mind.
and that's okay. It's if everyone that's the great thing about being human is you're free to change your mind, you know, and
You're free to change your mind, but the problem is if you record a record and you put it on a song, it's there forever.
yeah.
And also, like, let's say if my contribution within a certain time frame hits 175,000 people, those 175,000 people walk away with their minds changed because of what I did. It's just tough. It's a crazy tool to have.
Yeah. There's so much information out there now too. That's why I think people can only take their information in short snippets, and that creates a problem, like you were saying, where you don't get things with context anymore. So
Right.
if you said something, say, I love Kamala Harris, however X amount of years ago, and then you find out more information, people could just take that snippet and be like, "Well, you said this," and there could be some subtext behind it that, it's just not really fair to everybody, but that's just because there's so much out there, I think, and people's attention spans are damaged because of it,
I
really.
saw I saw something interesting. My friends and I, especially, I hope you can relate because you're part of our generation. We've been saying, "What the fuck is going on?" Like years are going by faster, but it's not the old school thing of just things get faster.
Mhm.
It feels like things are going really fast, right? And I saw something interesting recently where they said that because of the way we scroll and consume information now in these hyper flash, it almost reminds me of that scene from Clockwork Orange where they're flashing all
Yeah.
the images in his eyes. Our brains start to shut down and not retain information. So because we don't form good memories and good solid memories, we perceive that we've experienced less time than we have.
That's interesting. I never thought about it that way. I mean, I think also there's so much coming at us from all angles, like, you kinda have to have your phone in front of you, like, for a lot of things now. You have to kinda, to live your life in a regular way. You have kids, you gotta call somebody, pick them up, whatever, you gotta look at your calendar to make appointments, Google something, whatever. So, when you look at a TV, when you're outside, you see a bus drive by with an ad on it, da 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 da, it's always just in your face, like, you can't avoid it, so
Right.
um, it's gotta do something to your brain for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. C-Dub said they weaponized information. Yeah, facts.
He absolutely did. Misinformation and disinformation is why I don't feel safe anymore, even entertaining this shit or knowing what's what, because it has gotten to the point where things are so sophisticated. They have weaponized information, and information even looks like visuals. Information looks like a barrage
AI.
of propaganda that makes us feel unsafe and makes us question reality. What'd you say?
I said AI, you
Right.
know,
AI is
deep fake stuff, and man, I saw someone had posted a picture of themselves with Shaq at a basketball game, and Shaq himself came on there and was like, "That's not me," or, "No, you didn't," "You didn't sit by me," like, "What?" But it looked like, the picture, and I'm older, granted, but, I looked for all the little clues. I didn't see anything. It's just, like, by the day, getting more and more real, so
That's
for
what
what
somebody said recently because somebody was talking about the videos of the NYPD arresting and fighting with ICE officers, and it looks so fucking real. And then the guy goes, "Look at the badges and the words on the badge," and the words are
Yeah.
just like jumbled alien words. He goes, "Here's the scary part. That's not gonna be a problem for AI for much longer. It's
No,
gonna
not at
figure
all.
that out. It's
'Cause
gonna
people
figure out
people do it
words
now
and."
to deliberately correct it, and it's self-taught, so it's working on itself. That part, when it comes to being scary, people talk about, "Oh, deep fake stuff." I'm like, "Well, they already have drones that are like AI, decides where to, drop bombs and stuff that Russia has deployed against the Ukraine, and, what if AI is like, makes the decision to do this, that, or the other?" I mean, if you're leaving it entirely up to AI, like what, you know, everything has a nothing's perfect.
This is why, it's unbelievable, man. Just this is why, like, wanting to not participate and move off into the woods, it looks a lot more appealing every day because I just don't I don't wanna fuck with any of this, man. Like, I have young kids, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how old your kids are. Mine are 7 and 10,
Mine are grown.
and, I worry about their future, you know? I worry about the world they have to live in, and I'm tired of everybody being like, "Well, if we all just give up," and what the fuck are we supposed to do, man? What do we do against something this sophisticated other
Yeah.
than just take care of your own little circle? Like, what do we do at this point?
I think it's important that people continue to have a discourse about it and, and 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 the information part, it's a weaponized information, then people that have information about it keep sharing information and educate people and, hopefully that at least informs people and can serve as some kinda, like, warning or something, I don't know, but, what goes up must come down.
I think everything we experience now fucks us over, from our food, from our diet, from microplastics to our politics to the information, and I think that it's to the point where we've gotten so in this internet world and looking at everything else. I think this is forcing us back to the point where you have to lock back into yourself, shut shit off and focus on yourself, focus on your own health, focus on your own mental health. Fuck all this shit.
Well, and at the same time, you got stuff going on, like what's happening every day with ICE and stuff, and people see, actual documentation of this, and we know is not AI. If this was happening in the '90s, and I hate to sound like an old person when I say this, but people don't care anymore because there's so much coming at them all the time. I think they look to social media and stuff like that as like a retreat because people, I mean, remember 9/11 happened and the whole world just shut down for a while. Like that was like a big,
Right.
you know, and I can't remember the stat, but it's like the number of people that actually, passed away when that happened. That's been far surpassed by just, police killings and you name it over the years. So I think people need to at least be attentive to stuff like that. But I get what you're saying. You got at some point you got to protect your own, especially if you have kids. Shoot.
Yeah, I just think that, like, even with the ice thing scares me for multiple reasons.
Yeah.
So if we had an actual legit manner of getting rid of dangerous illegal people, I'm all fucking for it. Like, I'm all for it. Like, so my best friend and my podcast partner, Al Mayo, we're like brothers. We're together almost every day. We hang out. We got the same ADHD, same craziness. Um, Al's a black man. I'm a white guy, and we debate and argue in a brotherly manner about politics all the fucking time, right? And it's great though. It's really good because it's not like butting heads, or we listen to each other, and there's no echo chamber, there's no tribalism, there's no echo chamber, and we
Yeah.
bounce ideas off of each other because I'll feel a certain way about something, he'll feel a certain way about something, and then I'll say, all right, here's the he first of all, he's super liberal left, right? Maybe that won't represent him properly. I don't want to speak for him, but he tends to have more of those ideals. I
Mhm.
always grew up as liberal and left, listening to Public Enemy, going all types of shit, fighting the power, all that. But I've definitely gotten more conservative because I feel abandoned by the left and by the liberals. And because I
Interesting.
was always super liberal. And I feel like the left has fucked me over. And I,
Mm.
I resent that.
Makes
So,
sense.
but I'm also not willing to be a MAGA Trump that level shit either. That doesn't it's like if there's this and this, I'm dead in the center. Which is more indicative of our generation, of being logical, our generation X generation.
Mhm.
But so all that to say that I saw a list supposedly, I don't believe anything anymore, by the way. That's why I say supposedly.
Right, right,
I
allegedly.
saw a list of these criminals that ICE rounded up, and it included pedophiles, sex traffickers, murderers, and I said, "Well, that's fucking awesome if that's the truth." However, the power that they give ICE and the anonymity that they give ICE is terrifying to me, and it's like the
Right.
Gestapo. Okay.
It is.
The other issue that I keep having, that I keep stressing out about all these things with, like, the recent murder of that lady and all
Yeah,
these things, right? I think that lady, I do all the time is watch fucking cop body cam videos, okay? And the joke, not it's not a joke. I'm sorry, it's not a joke. But the common thing that I see repeated almost to the form of it being ridiculous is, no matter who it is, male, female, any race, the moment that you drive your vehicle at a cop, they're gonna shoot you. And I remember, like, Al and I will watch these videos. The minute that the guy puts the car in drive, I go, "Oh, that's it. They're about to light him up." Boom. And it's like, this has been years that we've looked at these kind of videos where I'm like, "Oh, he put the car in drive. He's going. Boom, 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 boom. Done. He's out of here." So the thing is, the thing that bothers me, especially about that lady making such massive headlines, is I feel, and this is my personal opinion, this is just things that swirl around in my head. I'm not telling anybody what to think or anything. Okay. These are just, and by the way, I'm always open to a different viewpoint, at least hearing it. Um, I fear that because I feel like they're looking for an excuse right now for people to fight harder, turn up more. And I feel like the powers that be want us to get to a point of martial law where they go, "Oh, you guys want to keep fucking us up and doing this and that and showing up and rioting? Well, guess what? Now the National Guard's rolling out. Now we're taking over more power." That's what scares me
absolutely.
the most. I'm scared to leave my studio one day and there's military presence in the streets just as a general rule now, and there's curfews at night. This is what I'm afraid we're going to. Maybe that's crazy. Maybe that's exaggerated. Like I said, I know that I know nothing. Who knows? I might be fucking wrong, but I'm just saying, yo, I feel like they want motherfuckers to turn up and push to the point where they take over.
Yeah. Well, midterms are coming up, and, I people talk about things being a distraction, I think too much. I think that, yes, they do make things into a distraction, like, they pick and choose what they're gonna put on the in the headlines and all that, but, um, y yeah, even though that may be the case where that happens more often than not, if a person's in their vehicle and they start pulling forward, whether the wheels are, veering to the away from the whatever, I don't believe that is supposed to be protocol to unload your weapon into that person, even though that may be what happens, 9 times out of 10. Um, I don't think that's what they're supposed to do, honestly.
Well, I think they are supposed to do that because you have a deadly weapon. But the thing is, I just don't understand. I wasn't there. I'm not that cop.
Yeah.
I don't know how difficult of a time I would have just by stepping 2 feet in
He
the other
wasn't a
way.
cop either. He wasn't a cop either, to be clear, you know?
Right. Well, whatever the situation, he didn't have that training then. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But I think what I'm saying is I don't know. Like I look at the video and I'm like, bro, you couldn't have stepped a foot to the right.
Mhm,
Like,
and
like
he
what,
was
bro,
recording
holy
video
shit. You
himself.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
What's that?
he didn't have a body cam on. He was, recording on his phone while he had his gun in his hand, which is crazy to me. Like, gun in one hand, phone in the other.
I don't know
Dude,
why they got the phones out. That's crazy fucking
that
work.
to me just says it all. I've heard that they have incentives with Kristi Noem or whoever is offering, because they want them to film it. They have this huge social media following, and their Twitter account is nothing but, the videos that the agents themselves make of, "Oh, we got another one, Ice Ice Baby," it's like, ugh. Just the way it's being approached is kinda sickening to me, and, I don't know, I feel like it's a response to that kinda everyone's too sensitive kinda thing, you know what I mean? Like, in a way, and I agree with the that everybody is too sensitive about what we refer to people as, or, what words are okay and not okay to use. It borderlines on, like, censorship, but at the same time, it's like, then you get the rebuttal to that, which is, like, this extreme, like, get the bad guy kinda thing, you know? I don't know. Maybe I'm
Well,
just
I feel like with our borders, from what I've seen from our borders, we kind of have been super fucking reckless. And all I know from traveling, I've traveled the world so many times touring.
Mhm.
There is not a place in the world I know where I can just decide, like if I say that's it, America's too fucking crazy. All this is horrible. I don't feel safe here anymore. right?
Mhm.
And I understand that's a wildly exaggerated sentiment because places like South America, there's horrific, um, consequences with cartels and all these things. But I just don't know fucking anywhere who's like open border policy with like, yeah, we can just go there. We got all the programs for you. You can post up. Cause I would love to go to a few fucking places and be over there. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I would love to go to fucking Norway or fucking, Iceland or some shit like that. And
I think
um
there's trade-offs too. Like Ari the Rugged Man, he was on the show and he lives in Germany now. He's pretty much an expat, and, he was saying, it's great there, free college for his kids, free healthcare, da da da. He said his kid got his tonsils taken out, it was free. But at the same time, then you have the whole political group there. I can't remember what it's called, like the RFS or something that's
I don't
becoming
know
more.
what that is.
What's that?
I don't know what that is. I've never heard of that.
I don't think I'm using the right letters, but it's basically like the neo-Nazi group that's becoming increasingly popular. That
You know what's
you
wild about that? Oh, so go
know
ahead. Say.
Go
Go ahead.
ahead, go ahead.
When we toured Germany, shout out to my brother from the Snow Goons, DJ Illegal.
Shout out to the
When we
snow
toured,
period.
yeah, Snow Goons are fire. But
Yeah.
DJ Illegal, he's one of my favorite human beings on earth. And he taught us so much about German history. And he said that there was a time period from the end of World War II to like into the 90s where Germany was so hyper vigilant about any Nazism coming back that even if you flew a German flag outside of your house, people would look at you fucked up like you might be a Nazi. A
Right.
German flag, the country where they live. And it
Right.
wasn't until some huge World Cup soccer event they won where
Mhm.
they actually felt pride again, where they started picking it back up. But he told me that. And then the other thing too that I saw in Germany everywhere, there was like, I remember I was on a tour with J Live. This was like 2001.
Mhm.
I was on a tour with J Live and Esoteric, and there was fucking like in somewhere in Germany, there was like little signs that was like, if you see any Nazi, neo-Nazi motherfuckers, report to this or like it was a serious sign though. It wasn't like a bullshit one. But I thought that was fucking crazy. But I didn't
Yeah, there
know
has
that
to be a
was
reason for that.
what's that?
There has to be a reason for that they have those signs up, you know? It's not just,
Yeah.
apparently it's a problem.
There was a couple years ago, I made this Facebook post. I almost there was a dude who was in this town, and this is I'm in Connecticut. There was a guy who wore some type of shirt that was sneaky. It was some shit that was in German. It wasn't super obvious. I think it even had like Schustaffel bolts on it or something. But the dude was wearing a shirt that was a little fucking funny style, and we were ready to fucking find this guy. Like we were really serious about there's this not gonna happen in this area, bro.
Right. Yeah, they try to I mean, there's been numerous accounts of, like, ICE agents in particular, they find that they have, like, the Iron Cross tattoos and stuff like that. I'm gonna show this real quick. Oh, get out of here. This is, it's AFS, and I think it might be a different letter combination in German or something, but
Who's that guy? He's a neo-Nazi guy?
yeah, yeah. So they actually, what did I say? They won the state election in September 2024, so a couple years ago, well, like a year and a half ago.
Who's their enemy? They're going after the Jews again?
They're very anti-Muslim, anti-Muslim, anti-Jew, anti-Black, just in general, just anti-people that aren't, you know,
Well, they're
white Germans,
bitches.
I guess. But, yeah, I guess after the whole controversy, quote, unquote, about, Elon Musk doing the salute, he immediately went over to Germany and spoke at one of their rallies. So it's like
I'd like to say that's crazy. I didn't know he did all that. I thought the Elon Musk salute thing was bullshit because I've seen so many people do that movement. I didn't even take it as a Nazi thing, but I'm also not ruling it. I'm not a big Elon Musk fan. I think he's a fucking wacko.
yeah,
I think
he's
he's
on
wearing a
Twitter
skin
all the
suit.
time.
But the other thing too, I just refuse to jump in to the hyperbole and the knee jerk reactions of people being like the new thing is Elon Musk did a Nazi salute. I was like, listen, I'm not gonna doubt it. I'm not gonna doubt it, but I'm also not gonna be like, yeah, and make a whole thing about it and make that part of my shit. Cause I
Yeah,
just think we're so fucking crazy now. We're just I don't know.
it's the snippets, it's the little snippets of video and information
Right.
that yeah, I'm the same, I like to do my own research, but anyway, let's do some more music related stuff. Like,
Yeah,
I could
let's
talk about
go.
this stuff for
And I
days.
know I'm gonna here's the thing, like I said, the reason I never talk about this shit, which I
Mhm.
just did, I know I'm gonna get shit from somebody, like, no matter what I say, what side I say, what I don't say, what I do say, "You stick to fucking rapping, asshole, blah, blah, blah."
Who cares? I
Yeah,
mean,
get fucked, all of you.
fuck everybody.
Agreed,
No, I mean,
agreed.
I've said and had enough polarizing things on here, and my audience is relatively pretty small, so I think you're safe here, but it's a safe space. What can I say?
Okay.
This video here, probably one of your more popular videos, has a lot of, Masonic imagery and stuff like
Yeah, the
that.
Grand Leveler.
Yeah. Is the song is about that, right?
It has no, the songs that are actually have Freemason shit is like Legend of the Third Degree and the song called The Widow's Son. But the
Okay.
Grand Leveler is more like esoteric sciences. Like there were like older Freemasons who were giving me shit because this isn't an accurate Freemason song. It's like
Sure.
a song that has Masonic themes to it and visuals, but that's why some of the older Masons got a little pissed because they're like, you have Masonic visuals in it, but you're not really saying Masonic shit. So they some of and but that was a very small percentage, and even my Grand Lodge of Freemasons had my back and loved this video. But
Yeah. It's Go ahead, sorry.
it's not a Masonic song, and I had to say that too to these Masons. I didn't set out to make a Masonic song. I just wanted to represent the visuals and do something that was exciting to me at that time.
Mhm. Is it the elements of the lyrics that they found, like, they objected to? That
Yeah,
didn't
because
align with the Masonic? 'Cause you do make reference to, like, I think Jesus or something at some point, or right? Is it something
right,
like
I
that?
say I resurrect Jesus myself and buy him a spliff. And by the way, in that time period in the past, the fuck is that?
Let me
14
see.
years ago. Was that 14 years old?
It says 11 years ago.
Okay, so
Or
11
2014.
in that 11 years, I've found faith. I don't talk about it too much because I'm still on my own journey, but I have faith in Christ. Christ is my Lord and Savior personally. I'm not here to discuss it yet because I'm still figuring out my path.
Alright.
But that's where
That's
my
a
faith
personal
is.
thing.
So even with my faith, I still don't feel bad about saying resurrect Jesus myself and buy him a spliff. I don't
I
really
think
feel bad about it.
yeah, for sure. Yeah. Alright, let's check this out.
The Grand Leveler. The Grand Leveler. I strike a pose with the pistol grip. Punks getting pistol whipped. Positive and negative, I'm on that dark crystal. Crystallized bodies like exposed to the liquid ice. Lived inside a ghetto in hell, but got evicted twice. The man in the myth, I'm Hiram Abiff. I resurrect Jesus myself and buy him a spliff. I build pyramids, parallel portals to other worlds. Married to Mary Magdalene, but still touch other girls. The widow's son, the wickedest one. So get your North Face on, sucker, the winter's begun. I summon wings, walls of water taller than towers. Gather your pallbearers, I'm burying all you cowards. The merciless Ming, Connecticut's king. Archangel who was born on this earth with no wings. When Gabriel's horn sings and the Father returns, I cook a marshmallow on a stick while your soul burns. The Grand Leveler.
That is a dope part. I'll cook a marshmallow on a stick while your soul burns.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, I say fucked up things in that shouldn't be representing Freemasonry. You know what I'm saying?
Well, to me, it's just kinda like boss moves kinda lyrics, you know what I mean? Like, "I'll do this, I'll do that," you know? I don't feel like it's to be taken too seriously, or literally, I should say.
Right, right. It's just braggadocious.
Yeah, yeah, and I love a good braggadocious song, you know?
Word, me too.
Yeah.
The grand leveler. The grand leveler. The grand leveler. Three is the magic number, the stars on the belt of the hunter, the pyramids of Giza that were built directly under, the knocks on the door that signifies my brother. We spread light in winter, then go dark for the summer. I'm absent, minded, sipping on green absinthe. Unlock my brain to travel through Pan's labyrinth. Lab full of beakers and bubbling Bunsen burners. Dungeon full of murderers, chained to the steel girders. Gods peer through telescopes, heavenly observers. Aliens visit Earth and brought us stoneworkers. Stargates and black holes, angels and black crows, all do the same job, they transport souls. Anunnaki came to the planet to take gold. These have been the ways since the days of old. 3 wise men, 3 kings, etc. The Dark Star Emperor, Orion Nebula, the Grand Leveler. The Grand Leveler. The Grand Leveler. The Grand Leveler.
Is it weird, like, watching videos of yourself now, like, so many years later, or
Yeah, just the technology is that was really ill that they did that. They disintegrated that man back then, but now watching it is so cringy because it's like I like
it's not
pull him
cringe.
back and stand still, like so he can disintegrate. So the trick worked. The Real Wolf guys did that. They made that happen. They're really dope. They're from Canada. I love the Real Wolf guys. But yo, it's funny. I was shaving my head at that point in time because the barber I had at that time told me I was starting to go bald. So I
Oh,
started shaving my head on the regular. And then my ex-wife, when her and I got married, she was
mhm.
like, I don't think you're bald because I see hair. You got to grow
Right.
your hair back for the wedding. So
Oh,
so I was like, "Oh shit, I'm not bald. I'm still able to have hair, and I still have hair to this day." But I thought I was balding, so that's why I shaved my fucking head.
just why did your barber do you like that? Like, that's what I'm wondering.
Special guy, man. He ended up being a special guy. But that beat was produced by my homie Smoke the World from here, right here in New London.
Okay.
And we were in the same building, and we would be working on music, and we shared it. There was a bathroom in the hallway of this professional building we were in. So I would
Mhm.
always hear shit he was working on. He'd always hear shit I was working on. So I heard that beat playing, and I was trying to knock on his door, and he couldn't hear me because the beat was playing so fucking loud.
Yeah.
And so I texted him. I said, "Yo, I want that fucking beat. Don't play that for anybody. I want that." And I got my ear to the door and shit. The
Yeah,
Grand Leveler beat,
it is a
and he fucking he he didn't have his phone on him, and he had the beat playing. So I'm at his door going, "Boom, boom, boom." I'm smashing the door like the fucking feds to get the
right.
Grand Leveler beat, and he ended up hearing it and
Okay.
came to the door, and I procured that beat. But
Mm,
yeah, I was losing my mind trying to get his attention to get that beat.
that's funny. I was looking up, other Connecticut rappers just to see, you know, I'm always surprised by this, and of course, I wanna say RIP Steezo,
Yeah, but rest
um,
in peace, my brother Steezo.
he's a legend. I didn't realize he was from Connecticut.
Yep.
Are you familiar with Christ Dillinger?
It sounds familiar. I probably should know a lot more people than I know,
It's in New
but,
York. It's kind of this genre of kinda silly rap, I wanna
oh, I
say, like
wouldn't like it then. That wouldn't be for me.
well, it's clever. Like, are you familiar with Miles?
Mm-mm.
I feel like I bring up Miles way too much, but, um, yeah, Christ Dillinger is kinda I think it's that Shadow Wizard Gang, Money Gang or whatever, you know? It's like Shadow Wizard Money Gang.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Shadow Wizard is crazy.
Yeah, um, but Saucy Santana, that surprised me. Um,
I don't know
Chris
what that
Webby.
is. Chris
Oh,
Webby's my little bro.
yeah. So,
Yep.
surprised there. I didn't realize so many artists were out of Connecticut.
Yeah, Chris
Um,
Webby's been my little brother since the jump. Great dude. Love him to
he's had a
death.
lot of success. Yeah, that's cool.
Annoyed, Sholey,
Yeah,
Fuego Bass. There's oh shit, hold on. Let my shit go away. Fucking Connecticut has fantastic artists, man. Marvelous. Rest in peace to my brother Blackistan.
Mhm.
Um, there's so many dope Connecticut. Swavsky, of course.
Oh, yeah,
So many dope MCs here.
yeah. Yeah, it's kinda like, as I do this podcast, I find out there's little pockets of the country that you wouldn't normally think of that have, a lot of hip hop coming out of it. You find out, you're like, "Oh, okay." It's kinda
Right.
like a hotbed. That's very cool.
Yeah.
So, and I don't wanna keep you too much longer,
Oh, it's all
but
good.
okay. Um, so, like, when you were growing up and doing your thing, you were traveling a lot, like you said, to, like, Philly and New York as well?
Yeah,
To
I used to go to New York constantly. Me and Open Mike, when we were doing the Demigods thing, this was way before Jedi Mind Tricks. This was early to mid 90s. We were going to New York. We were out in ciphers with fucking Big L, Curious George, all these different artists we were out there with. And it was exciting. New York in the 90s was incredible. Incredible. So
I've
dope.
never been, but, yeah, that in the '90s, if you I was in Denver, and if you
Mhm.
said you were from even the East Coast, you were getting all the ladies. That was the hot place to be from.
That's funny.
Yeah, but, you know, when you're a kid and you're going to the city and stuff like that, like, did you ever have any, like, kinda scary encounters or anything?
Oh,
Or
yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. Almost got shot in front of the Fever, the disco Fever in the Bronx.
Oh, wow.
And we were in a cipher, and there was a guy who was not very happy that I was as nice as I was, and he had a revolver in his waist and was ready to. I don't know. We got out of there as soon as
Oh,
possible. So,
yeah, thank
yeah, but
goodness.
there was a lot of stuff, just a lot of situations like that. The other thing too. Oh, pardon me. I'm sorry. The other thing too is me and Open Mike used to go there, and we would take the Metro North train to get to, the city, and then we would take the subways. But if we had something to do, Metro North stopped running at a certain point. So we would just stay in the city. We didn't have money for hotels or nothing like that. We were kids. And we would ride the train all night and just kinda half sleep on the train
Mm,
until the morning where we could go back on Metro North. So there was just wild shit on the subway, just wild shit at events, fights, crazy things, stabbings, people getting jumped, just fighting. It was a really tough time period. That's why it's always, I'll talk to some of my younger homies where I'm like, you guys just decide you want to be rappers and you're rappers. Like you put out music on the internet. It was like being in the fucking trenches back in the day to go
or
and
do you think
network.
you have to prove yourself? Yeah,
Yeah, you had to absolutely prove yourself and you had to be real. You couldn't be soft. You couldn't. It's just it's such a place of entitlement, not entitlement.
kinda.
Yeah, it's a place of entitlement and privilege to just be able to just put shit out, be at events, put yourself out there like that, say you're an MC. You used to get fucking checked. You
Mm,
had to be real. You couldn't be soft being an MC.
yeah, and
Those
freestyling was a big part of it too, like, if someone, like, kicks something, like, off the dome right now, you had to do it. If you didn't do it, like, you know?
And I hear a lot of these kids, there's some kids who are really good off the dome, but there's a lot of kids who are just either super fucking average or just barely skate by and they say a lot of weak shit.
Or
You had to
everything's
be
written
nice.
down on their phone in front of them. I see that a
Yeah,
lot. It's like,
yeah.
"What? This isn't a freestyle." That's just me.
Well, freestyle to me, and this has always been a big debate. Freestyle to
Yeah,
me doesn't mean off the top of the dome.
okay.
Freestyle means no main topic.
Yeah,
So off the top means off the top. That's what we would say. Because back in the day, you'd have all these Tony Touch mixtapes that were freestyles, but it was literally Inspect the Deck saying I bomb atomically, Socrates' philosophies before Triumph came out.
right.
So we know they're not freestyles, but that was the freestyle does not mean off the dome to me.
Mhm. Yeah, that is a hot topic. And shout out to, Frank Meyer and his Freestyle 101 documentary, which is now available for streaming on Amazon and all the other streaming platforms because there's a whole bunch of dope artists on there. And
1, dope.
yeah, he had a podcast on the G4 network back in the day. Um, but he's a friend of the show. He's helped me get a lot of really dope artists on here, including Open Mike Eagle. But yeah, everyone should go check that out. So, yeah, I mean, for me, freestyle's always meant off the dome, but I respect the differences now, that the different definitions and stuff like that. I just feel like when people get on a radio show or a podcast, whatever, and they say, "Do a freestyle," and then I see them looking down at their phone, I'm like, "Mm-mm," like,
Um,
that's cut it for me.
well, here's the thing. You'll have a room full of absolute fucking legends and some of the greatest MCs of all time who have made some of the biggest hip hop records of all time. And if there's 20 of them, 10 of them will think freestyle means off the top, and 10 of them will mean freestyle just means no main topic. The
Right,
greatest of the greats will
right,
debate that.
right.
Like it's not a universal thing.
Mhm. Yeah. Well, it
Yeah.
is what it is. As long as you're not just reading a script, or having somebody call it into your phone like, Drake did. Um, you
Well, I'll
know.
tell you what, I'm not remembering shit nowadays. These motherfuckers want me on the radio show. I'm not gonna sit here for fucking 3 weeks going, what did I say? I don't remember nothing. I have dad brain. I'm not remembering a motherfucking
You're
thing
trying to
now.
remember what you gotta get at the store and stuff like that. I feel you, I feel you.
Oh my, I have bad ADHD. I can't remember shit. When
Yeah.
we go out on tour, I'll prep for months
Oh,
and then
wow.
get out on tour. And for the first 4 shows, I'll still fuck up new lyrics. I'm not. That's why I love battle rap guys, because their memory skills good. My memory is not good. I'm not gonna write a verse and memorize it. I'm not.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, I mean, even Lil Wayne forgets his lyrics sometimes. It's all good. But do you
Mm,
have any projects coming up that are coming out anytime soon, or
shit ton of them. I have a project called Strawberry Era, which is kind of like a follow up to my last album, which was called
Ew.
Mom and Dad. Yeah, this one's about Daryl Strawberry and cocaine. So
Oh, okay, never mind. Cool,
Strawberry Era, yeah, it has Daryl
that's cool.
Strawberry on the cover, and
Yeah,
Daryl Strawberry and Doc Gooden, Dwight Gooden were the cocaine cowboys
there
back
you
in
go.
the '80s. But
Yeah,
yeah, Strawberry Era, and then I'm working on some music with copyright. I'm working on a lot of shit with Casual right now. I have a beat that I produced for Pharaoh Monch's
I
upcoming album, External Affairs.
I can't
Um,
wait for that either. Yeah,
I have so much shit. I'm working on so many things. I have the reissue, the 20th anniversary of my Eastern Philosophy album.
congrats.
Um, so much. Thank you. I have so much shit coming out.
Wow.
Um, what else? Fucking a gang of shit. I got so much stuff. Damn, I think it's more than 20 years, isn't it?
It could be.
Yeah, I think it has to be. No, maybe it is 20 years.
Are
But
are you
anyway,
going anywhere on tour?
what's that?
Are you going on tour anytime soon either? Like,
Nah,
no?
I can't do it. I
Right?
I'm too entrenched in dad life.
That's
Uh,
good though. That's
yeah,
good. Just
my kids
priority.
depend on their routine with me.
Mhm, mhm. That's important 'cause,
Mhm.
I'm gonna say this as a parent of older kids, you can't get those times back,
Right.
but,
I already
um,
regret I already regret times where I was just waiting for them to go to sleep at night to do my own things selfishly, and
you
I
gotta
you know
give
what I'm
yourself
saying?
some grace though, because that's the daily stuff. Sometimes it gets a little tedious, and sometimes kids are but I say that as a
Right.
person that loves kids, I love babies, but sometimes yeah,
It's a
yeah,
lot, man. It's a
it
lot.
is
It's
it's
taxing.
hard, but it's rewarding, so,
Right.
um, you sound like you're a good dad, so that's
Thanks. I
dope,
appreciate it.
yeah,
I try hard.
yeah. But yeah, so everybody stay tuned for all that and, the multitude of projects that are coming out, and you're working hard, and it's appreciated. Thank you for all your work.
Thank you
Um,
so much.
yeah, and it was dope having you on. It was very
Word, I
entertaining,
like being here.
educational. So, can you do me one favor before we leave?
Yep.
Can you do a quick drop for me and just like, "This is Apathy, you're listening to the Rap Yard podcast," kinda thing?
Okay, bet. Ready?
Okay. Yeah.
Peace. This is Apathy, and you are now listening to the Rap Yard podcast.
Nice. Alright, folks, that's a wrap. We'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning
Buy
in.
that for
Thank
$1.
you. Was that me?
Nah, that was me.
Get to the chopper!
I got somebody today.